AEW Double or Nothing 2026 is later today, so I might as well get my predictions in now, and let's get it going. First off is the men's quarterfinals for the Owen Hart, Bandito versus Swerve. I believe the build up to this is that whole governor town that is Bandito part of. Is Bandito like in this fictional town really wanted, and everyone just larps around as cowboys in the Old West? You know, it's a weird thing. As AEW tries to ground itself in reality. Although there are some characters now that are breaking that, like Bandito and Leo Blackheart, and for a time even the what's it called, the Sisters of Sin and the Hounds of Hell, and oh gosh, what was the name of Malachi Black's faction? I'm trying to remember what it was called already. It's been a while. It was the House of Black, I think that's what it was. But anyway, so Swerve entered into the town. I remember this video vignette of him burning the wanted poster and wanting power and success. And so since Swerve is coming back from injury, and I think how the bracket is going to work out, I think Swerve is going to end up facing against Will Ospreay. I believe Swerve is going to defeat Bandito, and I think it's fine. Bandito can take a loss. In fact, he did win in the CMLL pay-per-view, I believe, Friday night against one of the junior guys. Volodymyr, was it Volodymyr? I forgot how to pronounce it. Volador Jr. So yeah, I think it's okay for Bandito to take a loss, especially against a match against Swerve Strickland. So I believe Swerve is going to win this first match in Double or Nothing. All right, next one is Will Ospreay versus Samoa Joe. And I already mentioned that I believe it's going to be Will Ospreay versus Swerve in the finals, and I believe it's going to be Will going to take the win. But I think this is still going to be a great match. It's going to be a fun Styles match of power, and and I say Styles match too because this is going to be, this is a really cool moment if you think about it, because Will Ospreay, who's grown up watching TNA, super inspired by AJ Styles, and Samoa Joe, who's had multiple matches against AJ Styles in TNA. It'll be a fun moment of like someone who's mentored essentially and wanted that style, versus someone who actually did face off someone with that style. So it'll be really interesting. Plus, to see what Will's going to be doing with the Death Rider moveset. He does have that new arm bar finisher that he tries to implement. So we'll see if he tries to put that on Samoa Joe as his finisher, or he's going to finish him off with the hidden blade. But I believe that Will Ospreay's going to win. But I still think this is going to be a really good match. So up next is the other quarterfinal match, Athena versus Mina Shirakawa. And I think Athena is going to win this one and move on over Mina Shirakawa, especially after what happened with ROH. The post beatdown after the match, they even get in the DQ, and everyone was behind Athena, destroying Mina, especially in the post beatdown, cheering her on, because that's just how much Athena is beloved and wanted to be able to go in there. So I think Athena is going to go pretty much all the way to the end of the bracket. As for the other side of the bracket, I don't know, because of the stipulation that Willow had to step down because of injury. Hope she gets better. But with the wild card, there's two possibilities. It's either going to be Mercedes Moné, who comes back, and she's been losing a lot of her belts all across the country. So, for her to lose the Owen Hart 2 in the finals against Athena, which is what everyone wanted to have another matchup against these two, would be a good one. So that would fulfill that storyline too, because Mercedes is the defending champion. The other option to bring in is Britt Baker. If Britt Baker comes back in, it'll be a good run for her to go all the way through, especially having a match against like Persephone, and then having a match against Alex Windsor, to go all the way to the end to fight against Athena. But as I'm working through this thought process now, I still think Athena should win the whole cup anyways. But I think it's gonna be a fun one. Now, as to who she's gonna face in the end, I mean, between Mercedes and Britt Baker, I think. I think it'd be more apropos if it was Mercedes. The problem is, I want Britt Baker to come back, but we'll see. Maybe she comes back later today in a surprise, maybe in the Fatal 4-Way. But anyway, going to Chaos, just a fun party match here. We got the Elite plus the Hurt Syndicate plus Chris Jericho versus the Demand, the Don Callis family, and the Dogs. And just the math alone of who's gonna take the pin, right? On the Elite side, the person that probably could take the pin is Jack, and I think that's it. And then on the other end, the people who could take the pin, you got Clark Connors, you got Toa Leone, you got Bishop Khan, and maybe David Finlay. So, Mark Davis. But Mark Davis kind of can't be pinned anymore because he does have the national championship that he won off of Jack from the Fairway to Hell mini show that they had. But I think this is just going to be chaos. Hopefully no one gets hurt, but I believe it's going to be the Elite and Jericho and the Hurt Syndicate, with Jericho getting the pin over Ricochet. Or Toa or Bishop, but it would be really good if it was over Ricochet, because they have had this whole storyline of them getting beat down upon by every week Jericho's getting beaten up on by the band constantly. I'm just curious what the fallout's gonna be from this, though, because I guess the Dogs would feud with the Hurt Syndicate for the tag team belts, and then the Don Callis family still going up against the Elite. I don't know what the aftermath would be from that in terms of matches, but we'll see. I think it'll just be a fun time, and whatever copyright music is going to be playing constantly through the ring, I hope it's not Judas just constantly on loop. That's what I hope doesn't happen. I hope something else is being played, but we'll see. But yeah, I believe Elite side faces win. Alright, next up, Jon Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly for the Continental Championship belt. Now, the thing that was leading up to this was because Kyle has tapped out Jon twice already, and then the most recent match, he brought it to a time limit draw, eliminator. It was the Continental Eliminator, so because he got all the way through the time limit, that means he gets to have this championship match. I don't see Jon losing this belt against O'Reilly, though, unfortunately, especially since he already lost him twice. I feel like he's going to just bounce back and beat it, but it's going to be a fun, technical, grappler-style, hard-hitting match. Like heavy strikes, kicks, elbows. Someone's going to get busted open, I think, if not both. But I just don't see... I don't see Kyle having the Continental Championship belt with the Trios belt, which, by the way, isn't being defended again. Like, the Trios belt is not being defended on the pay-per-view again. Like, why does this belt even exist at this point? Because, like, who... it's just annoying. I don't... It was cool initially with the whole trio idea, but now it just fell like by the wayside. It's just an afterthought. So, I don't know about that whole case, but Jon, I think, is going to retain. I don't see Kyle winning this thing. So, anyway, that's my thought. Next question. This is a fun dream match that's going to happen finally. This international matchup between Konosuke Takeshita versus Okada. And I think Takeshita's going to win. I think Takeshida's going to take the international belt off of Okada, so Okada can then move on to the World Championship belt challenges, and maybe even go up against Kenny again. But I know the build for this has kind of been spotty just because I know Okada had to go back to Japan for family reasons, so it kind of got truncated. But it's been a long time coming already. So I see this is the moment where Takeshita finally does like a hard break against the Don Callis family, and this is the international belt, not the Continental Classic belt. So there can be interference. So I'm expecting the Don Callis family to get involved in this, and there's going to be a Civil War faction split. The question is also where, if Kyle is back, is Kyle going to side with Takeshita to save him? And I think that's what's going to happen. But I think this will cause the faction split in the Don Callis family, and I think this match is going to happen after the Stadium Stampede, Anarchy in the Arena kind of style match, to set that all up where loyalties are gonna side. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting as the fallout and to see who ends up on what side, especially with Brian Cage back, and Mark Davis and Lance Archer. Who else is in there? RPG Vice, or the former Roppongi Vice, Trent and Trent Beretta, Rocky Romero, Hechicero. Who else has done Callis? Kyle Fletcher. Am I missing anyone? Oh, Josh Alexander, who's been out because of also injury too. So, yeah. Oh, and El Clone. Yeah. So I think there's enough for a storyline for the Don Callis family split to happen here, and maybe that leads into the Anarchy match in All In. Maybe. All right, but we continue on with after Takeshita taking the championship off of Okada. All right, Fatal 4-Way. Flat out, I don't see Tekla losing this. I think Tekla's going to retain here. I think this is where they're going to have the official split between Shida and Statlander. I think they're going to pull the trigger on that finally and just have them feud against each other. And this is just, Jamie Hayter's here to remind everyone why she was the former women's champion. And how dominating she was and how powerful she was. So, but overall, I think Tekla is just such a great wrestler, and she just knows her character so well that her retaining is important for the division. So, and she's just doing well as champion anyways, with her promos, her style, just everything about her. The women's division has been, especially whoever carries the belt, is really they really need someone with a strong character, and with Toni Storm being gone, they just need that she was a driving force for the character for the championship for a while. And then when I went to Chris, it kind of died because she also just did not know her character. And then when we gone to Tekla, it just went back up in stock. So I think that's what's important with this championship belt. It needs to be held by someone who's really established in who they are. And Tekla is just going to be amazing. So I believe there's going to be obviously some shenanigans here. There's going to be probably like Hikaru and Statlander, they land their finishers and they're going to take each other out and then try to pin Tekla, and then Tekla's going to be able to reverse and then get the win with like a flash pin or something. I think that's how it's going to work out. I hope Jamie doesn't take the pin, but it's possible. More than likely. All right, moving on. All right, this is the match, the I Quit match of FTR versus Cope and Cage. Now, I was torn about this. I am completely 50-50 on this. I am not confident in how this is going to fall out. Because on one hand, it would, I know that this storyline has been going on for so long. It's been delayed because of injuries and filming and all these other things in life, right? So, this storyline's been going longer than I thought it would, and it's finally culminated to this, where if FTR wins this I Quit match, right, it causes Cage and Cope to never be able to tag team again. It retires their tag team. And that would be an amazing thing for FTR to add into their legacy. And I know like I know these guys are buddies, like behind the scenes, right? Like they're the love of each other. Like, and the fact that Copeland lives in the same area that FTR lives in, and they went through the horrible case of the flooding and was rebuilding their town, and that's where Copeland went by Cope because of the people in Asheville, North Carolina, and so yeah, I see that, and Cage and Christian, or Cage and Cope, they've been already a really well-established team, and they're honestly doing better as separate individuals here in AEW, especially Christian Cage. I think, looking at it right now, I think Christian Cage is just better than Copeland in terms of character development, but yeah, I can see them losing. However, now that there's been new tag teams that are free agents, such as the Motor City Machine Guns and the New Day, it kind of adds a little wrinkle into everything. Because the tag team division is going to be booming, and you kind of want. There's an argument to be made where Cage and Cope go on like one final tag team run together, and they have the belts, and then they face off against these legendary tag teams that are coming in. So that kind of adds a wrinkle into the whole situation, and that culminates into like a crazy like 1, 2, 3, like a four-way match, a four-way tag team match at All In, with the Young Bucks, with the Motor City Machine Guns, actually five-way, with the New Day, with FTR and Cage and Cope. I don't know. It just adds another level. So honestly, I'm 50-50 on this. Either way, whichever works out, I'll be happy. But if I had to choose, I'm gonna say Cage and Cope winning. But that's like a 51% over 49%. All right. And the final match of the evening, the AEW World Championship title versus hair match. I see MJF winning the title back in this evening. They've already been showing this whole run for Darby, just defending the belt weekly, and not just weekly, but even twice a week on Collision of all things, and like he's been burning the candle at all ends, and they showed like him slowing down, being battered, being weakened. He even was like passing out because he was just running out of energy when he was trying to do like the Scorpion Deathlock on I think Sammy, and so I think he's just been like just going until the brakes run off, and I think this is where the brakes are going to run off. Although it'd be interesting to see if MJF's role of whatever, because I think MJF has some sort of scheduled filming to be done, and I don't know if that requires him to have a shaved head or not, but if it does, then this would be a good way to get that going. But I don't see like Darby continuing this pace up until Forbidden Door, and then maybe even after that till All In. It's kind of frantic. So I think this is the end of the fun roller coaster that we've had, and we've had some crazy matches. I mean, starting off with that Tommaso Ciampa match, and just that moment where Tommaso does the Project Ciampa off the top turnbuckle to the outside of the ring was just gnarly. And he faced off against Kevin Knight, he faced off against Sammy, against Brody, against, who else did he face off against? Is that everybody? Did he face in this? I'm missing someone. I'm missing one. But yeah, I mean, Darby's been on a run. And so I think this would be a good time. Good time to flip it. So MJF wins the title back. It'll be great. Now, any surprises? Oh, well, whoever the wild card is, I think is gonna. That's the thing. The wild card can't reveal themselves until until the episode, right? Maybe we get both. Like, either one. Like, so if Mercedes in the tournament, then Britt's gonna show up tonight. If Britt's in the tournament, then Mercedes gonna show up tonight. I think it's a possibility. So that in regard is the question is whether or not Switchblade is gonna show up. That I don't know. Because Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn, like, they're back. So 3/4 of the Bang Bang Gang is back together. And Jay White has just been constantly teasing, "Oh, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?" And just constantly doing that to annoy people. But for the eventual moment where he does show up, that'll be cool. I'm hoping that what's his face? Oh, I totally forgot. Jake something, the former Jake something, shows up back because he was awesome, and if Brian Cage is back, hopefully he's back too. Oh, and there's another person who's part of Don Callis that I just remembered, and they just finished up wrapping up American Gladiator, Wardlow. I wonder if Wardlow's gonna come back. And I don't know any of the free agency releases from WWE. I don't know if any of them are going to be added, and I think they're on 90-day complete causes anyways, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think the big surprise we're going to get is either Britt Baker or Mercedes coming back. That's my hope. Anyway, that's all I got. Hope everything goes well later today, and I'll let you know how I feel after the fact. See how many I get right, how many I get wrong. But yeah, anyway, peace. God bless.